I ran for the Senate in 1974. And I had to be educated as to what the federal laws were. Because in Nevada we had an entirely different system. Cash was available to politicians. The federal system, that's not the case. And that was not the case. One of Paul Laxalt's very close advisors, a man by the name of Wayne Pearson, who was supporting me, said, understand, under the federal rules, be very careful. You can't take any cash from anybody. The rules are very strict. Whoever gives you money, there's a limit how much they can give. You give their address, their occupation, and be very careful. Any money you take, there's a new system. Well, Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, I've been asking Nevadans to vote for me for decades. And I've seen firsthand how this dark money is perverting our political system. Way back then, 40 years ago, it was pretty easy to do, follow the rules. But I've seen it change. In 1998, I had a very close election with John Ensign. We each spent about $10 million. And we were allowed to do that because the Supreme Court again had left an opening that said you could divert money into the state party. And that money could be corporate money, it could be any kind of money, and that could be used for denigrating the other person or building the person who had the money up. It was a bad situation. I felt so unclean, for lack of a better word. A person could give lots of money. One person gave $250,000 for the state party. Of course, he wanted me to know that he had done it. Now, Mr. President, I hope that did not corrupt me, but it was corrupting. And after 1998, two good senators got together and worked very hard to change that. We had the McCain-Feingold law that came into effect that took corporate money out of politics. So when I ran in 2004, it was like I'd taken a bath and I felt so clean because it was an election that everyone who was involved in a federal election had to list where they got the money. There was a limit how much you could ask and get from someone else. You listed their occupation and so on. That was wonderful. And then comes 2010. Back into the sewer.